Hello everybody, my name is Purge, and this is the brand new bundle for the Ram 2. Some others still have it before. I don't remember how you can get it before this bundle at this point in time, but I just got this morning. I have only had a couple games, and I think I mastered it on the very first. If we go down here, yep, I've had 2 battles. 1 defeat and 1 victory. First game, I did 2,000 damage all by myself, and I got a first class, I mastered the tank. So we will talk more. This tank, I'm going to talk more about this tank now. It has 76 76 millimeters of frontal hull armor, 63 at the sides, and 38 at the rear. And this also means that it's also a good side scraper for its tier. Obviously, if you go up like the KV1, anything like a heavy tank at the tier 5, they will have a higher chance of penetration. But 63 millimeters of side armor is quite high for a tier 5. And then the turret is 76 at the front and side and 51 at the rear. Its gun, it has 101, yep, oh my bad, 105 millimeters of penetration, and then it also gets, it only fires 2 kinds of rounds. It fires armor piercing and APCR, and that's 170 with the penetration of APCR. It cannot get, high explosive shells because they would be way too small to really do anything. It does an average of 90 damage. It fires 16 rounds a minute, and at average 90 rounds. It is extremely high. Well, not extremely high, but really good. It can get about 100. It can high roll for about 100, which is pretty good. If you can get a bunch of high rolls, you can 3-shot tier 4s and 2-shot tier 3s. If you get into a tier 3, this tank does get premium matchmaking. I believe so, because it's a tier 5 and it's got a tier 4 gun. So I would believe that World of Tanks would give it a premium matchmaking. I've only played 2 games in it. I haven't seen any 6s. It was all 5s. So that's all about the gun. It's fast firing, good. It's better at concealment. It has decent armor, but the downside of that, if we look in armor inspector, let me go back to armor piercing. There we go. If you can tell that this is the same gun. For penetration wise, I chose the 6-pounder on the Ram. It's the same gun that the Ram holds, so if you're going up against a Ram, this is what it looks like. You can't just shoot at the Ram, obviously. You might penetrate, you might not. You do have to angle your armor to get the most out of it, but if you can tell at the lower, well, not really the lower plate, but the part that covers your drive shaft of your engine, that is weak, almost even angled. Once you get to extreme angles, the point that they might as well just start shooting at your side armor is when it starts to become decent. So there's really no point, I guess. If you can hide that part and go hull down would be the best, but you really have to hide your turret because these mini turrets at the top and sides, no matter which way you angle it, there is a point that they can penetrate you at. The turret is somewhat decent, although you can pretty much get penetrated pretty much anywhere frontally. This is more of a secondary line. It has armor, so if you need to push a line, you can, especially against the lower tier 4s and 3s. They'll have a hard time. But if you angle, like you side scrape, you can definitely angle your armor. I mean, obviously closer to the front, you have less armor. Yeah, distance farther away, the armor is better, obviously. So There's not much to really say about it. I've only had 2 games in it, so I don't really know how to tell you whether or not it's a fantastic tank. It's good. I haven't played it on the PC version, so I don't know how it is. The tier 5 medium that I have on the PC version is the Matilda Black Prince, which is really good. I believe this thing has more armor, though, than the Black Prince. And it's faster, not to mention. Especially at the tier 5 and the Matilda is absolutely slow. But this holds way more rounds than the Matilda Black Prince. Let me get back into World of Tanks here. I see it holds 92 rounds, and the Matilda Black Prince holds. I don't have it. I'll have to buy it when when life allows me to. I will be getting the PZ-45, but I can't seem to. I don't know if it's just because it's not out yet, and the bundle's not out yet, but I will be buying it, and there will be a review on that as well. So, in this video, I won't be putting gameplay in this video specifically, because of the fact that, time-wise, I don't have access to a computer right away, so I'll have to... Or I don't have an access to a computer, so I can't extend my time-wise, so I'm limited to 15-minute videos in talking about this. What I went from consumables, I always go with the cola, because I don't know about anybody else, but I play well enough that I can play with that stuff, and I still make decent amounts of cash. Then I go with the multi-purpose pack, and then I always go with a second repair kit. But this would definitely, the adrenaline would definitely be a good choice if you are in those tight situations or you're taking on more than one tank. You could probably absolutely annihilate them. The penetration is good for tier 5, so I don't know if you need to really carry a whole lot of APCR rounds. If you need to penetrate something frontally. The tank is fast and mobile enough that you can get around. Heavy tanks, usually what you're going to have problems with. This thing is fast enough that you can get to the rear of them and use your regular AP. I went with, you definitely need the enhanced gun laying drive. No matter how you play, you need it because of the rate of fire on this thing is faster than it can aim. I went with a medium gun rammer to, make this thing fire even faster. And then I went with a camo net because I always like staying invisible, and I have a really good camo skill. I'm 50% done with tier 4. You could go with improved ventilations, which would make your rate of fire even better. Repairs is always a good one, or toolbox is always good for medium tank. Also, this is fast enough that on a bigger map you could scout if you had binocs. That's all that really is to talk about the tank. It makes really good profits. I play a lot in this tank, IS-6, and it's a really good moneymaker in about 1,000 damage. And this gets you about 30,000 credits. And that's made with my tank being destroyed and using all of my consumables and using lots of rounds because I miss or they don't penetrate. And I still make about 30,000 credits. This little thing, my first battle I had in it was Mastery Badge, and I did 2,000, and I made 53,000 credits. And that's taking home, I banked it. So there will be gameplay with this up later. If it's either going to get me showing the weaknesses of the tank, or it's going to be showing you the strengths of the tank. So thanks for watching. The gameplay will be up shortly after this one. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more on this tank, if you want to see more on other premium tanks, anything specific, anything that I've missed, just let me know. And thanks for watching.